Hey everyone, welcome back to another quick tutorial. This is literally me in my element. I make wedding dresses all day long. I do alterations as well. So I'm going to show you how I came up with the newest dress I added to my bridal collection called the Ivory dress. Let's get started. So first and first, I cut out all my patterns. There's no need to bore you with that because, I'm just cutting fabric pieces. So what I do is I'm showing you that I use 2 layers of this beautiful power stretch mesh fabric for my lining. That way it's not see-through. Nothing against designers that make their dresses see-through. Personally, for bridal, I wouldn't. Just personal preference. And then I'm showing you that I already top stitched all the casings for my boning channel. And on the flip side, I use the beautiful French Chantilly lace. But what I do is I don't cut my lace in panels. I make it one full strip. So when I'm done with the lining, put it on the mannequin and then I drape the fabric on top of the lining so I can cut it out. It's going to make more sense in about a few seconds, but this is literally what it looks like when I'm done draping in one big panel. So as you can see, there is no other seams on the lace. The seams are only on the lining. It just makes it cleaner. Next steps, I go ahead and I top stitch or base stitch the lining to the self. That way the fabric is not moving around when I'm sewing or when I need to do anything else. And I already added my boning channels, so my boning is already inside as I'm closing the seam. Doing here is also adding my straps, so I go ahead and cut out about 1.25 inches thickness, and then I crimp it, like fold it in kind of the way you make a bias, and then I top stitch it so that way it's like very durable. You can do a spaghetti method if you like it, but this is just how I like to do my straps. I don't care to see the seam on the straps or not. It's a preference to me. It really doesn't bother me. So that's what I did here, and yeah, I just cut about 17 inches in total, and then you add the bra thing. So next step, what I'm going to do is use a bias tape to finish the top of my dress. I'm going to top stitch on the seam allowance, which is 1/4 inch, and then when I flip it over to the wrong side, which is the inside of the dress, I'm going to hand sew. I prefer to hand sew, that way you don't see a line of sewing on the outside of your dress. It just looks cleaner in my opinion. So I'm just showing you it's already sewn on, and then I'm going to go ahead and press it very well. And once I fold it over, I'm going to hand sew the lining to the bias tape, so it's not going to catch the lace on the outside. It's important that you iron, please, so it makes your dress and your product look, really good, really nice. Okay, this part I kind of sped through it because honestly it takes a minute to know how to sew cups properly for your dresses. If you want a detailed tutorial, I'm more than happy to make one for you and just focus one on that. But my techniques are based off of several other techniques that I've watched, and then I kind of carved my own niche to figure out what works best for me to make it efficient and faster. So yeah, just ignore my face because we were talking about dresses we saw in the Met Gala, and we were just reviewing, my friend and I, at the studio. So it was, yeah, some of the dresses left us speechless. But anyways, if you want a full tutorial, please let me know. I'm more than happy to make one for you. But I'm just showing here that, just adding cups to my dress, and that's it. So after the cups, I just placed it on the mannequin with the rest of the bodice just to see if I like the way the cups look and fit, and it looks really good. So this is just a test fit kind of thing that I'm doing. I like how it looks. Now I'm gonna sew it up. But first we're gonna cut our lining for the skirt, and we're going to cut the lining for the bottom layer of the dress. Remember, this is a tiered dress, so I'm going to cut front lining, back lining, and then the skirt itself, the top, the lace, and just all the linings plus the lining for the tiered part of the dress. Alright, so as you can see, I already sewed it out together. Cups are good, skirt looks good. Now let's start sewing the 300 yards of soft tulle that I need for the hem of this dress. I've done this over and over again, and I use nothing less than that much. So as you can see, I start with my ruffle foot. If you don't have this in your sewing kit, I don't know what you're doing the string method where you pull, it just takes forever, and if it breaks, oh, I could cry. It's like a heartbreak. But yeah, anyways, I'm just showing you guys. I ruffle. This took, I feel like this took like 2 or 3 hours just on this one day, because that's all I had the energy for. And mind you, I cut it a day before. This was not cut on the same day, because cutting all this tulle, laying it on the table and doing all of that work takes a long time and patience. So as you can see, I'm still here gathering and like doing my best. Sometimes it was getting caught in the needle, so I had to like put some wax under my presser foot so it can glide smoothly, but sometimes it's still very tiring because, you know, the machine is probably screaming like, why are you feeding me all of this fabric? But yeah, so as soon as that was done, I'm just showing you all the layers of tulle that I had to work with. This was definitely, I think it was 292 yards in total, but I went ahead and ruffled the rest of the 8 yards to make it 300 in case I needed like a little bit here and there. But like I said, I don't use anything less than that. That way my dress is really full at the bottom. If you're gonna be a bride, you know, might as well be that bride. So yeah. So this is all the ruffled layers that I've done so far. Just showing you, it's a lot of tulle. The hardest part of this is not even ruffling the tulle. It's actually attaching the ruffled tulle to the lining. As you can see, sometimes it jams so bad and it's just like, why did I start this project? But it's always worth it. So take your time, and yeah, you're gonna have beautiful layered ruffles when you're done. So this is it laid out on the table. I'm just showing you, I already put the horsehair at the bottom, and now I pinned it to the dress just to see if I like the way it fell. And honestly, I like the way it looks so far. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and sew it together and add a layer of lace on top so it blends with the dress, as you can see here. That way it's not like a sharp lace dress mixed with tulle. It's like a nice blend. And yeah, that's how I made this beautiful Avery dress. You can order in any size you are. I'm size inclusive. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment below or send me an email. And yeah, this is the finished result. I hope you guys like it. Catch you in the next one.